Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on PALWORLD, and I'm going to show you the best way to farm sulfur and coal early game. Now this is kind of like early mid, the best way to do it. So anyways, what you're going to do is find any cave in the entire game. Yeah, like right here. Pretty simple, right? But all you got to do is go inside of the cave. Doesn't matter what actual cave you go in, as long as it's not been explored yet. That's the easy way to do it. But once you go inside, this is where you can find the nodes of sulfur. I mean, even some other valuable materials inside this cave. And you can kind of just run through them, especially the early ones, because they're all low levels, and just let your tames do all the work for you. But you'll see, like right over here, for example, right? This is a coal rock, so you can get coal, sulfur. You can get pretty much everything that's kind of a difficult mid-game-ish resource to get. And the easy way to do it is to throw out, if you have one, a Digitoise, or Digtoise, whatever you want to call it, right? And he will power spin, and you can see that I'm getting a whole ton of coal out of this. So super useful to have one of these guys, and he can just do all the work for you. And then you can kind of bring him back inside. Now you can just run through this whole cave, because the entire cave is going to be filled with things that are going to be very useful for you. But the front cave, there's another sulfur right here. You usually can just go into the front, just the front room, and get some sulfur and some coal. But the entire cave should have a bunch of it. It just depends on how you want to go about doing it, right? Because, yeah, I mean, I don't need to go very far, but sulfur can be found by just being like the yellow rock inside of caves. It's very simple to find because it's the only rock that's yellow. And then obviously a Digtoise is the best way to go about it. But if you just bring a metal hatchet, that's another way to go about getting it. But I mean, it's definitely, I would prefer getting a Digtoise. If you don't know where to find them, by the way, if you go over here in this little desert area, you can find a ton of them. And then you can also go in the upper right area, which I haven't been to yet, on this playthrough at least. And you can find a ton of them as well. Now, also the benefit about caves is you're not just getting the sulfur and coal, you're getting other valuable things as well, which is what we're trying to do this entire time anyways. There's 3 rooms inside of each cave, by the way. There's left, right, and middle. If you're looking to actually get more resources, take left and right first. The boss is at the end cave. So you can kind of just go through. I think I'm probably gonna kill these with one shot. No, I'm not. Nice. How did you not get taken by that? Okay, interesting. But yeah, like the point is, the more you can do in order to maximize the amount of resources and stuff you're gathering, the better off you are. So like gathering those kinds of tames as you're going through, gaining the experience that you need, all of that stuff is super useful, right? I mean, you can see I'm level 30 and I'm not even really trying to power level. It's just by doing the things you're naturally getting that experience. And then again, you can see there's the massive what do they call it, nodes. Here we go. And I don't know why that guy chose death today, but he decided that attacking my Digtoise would be a good idea. And yeah, but you can see that my Digtoise, even though he's not being very smart about it, if you throw them on the ore itself, they will continue to grind. So you don't have to do anything. You can just sit and watch. Now, again, you can see that there's a bunch of valuable resources inside this cave, but the 3 hardest ones to get are this the large palladium resources, or paldium resource, as well as the sulfur and the coal. Now you can get them from all of the caves. You saw I went left, right? There's, I think that's, yeah, that's ore. I don't really care about ore right now. But that left side, usually you're going to have one room like I am. Usually there's one room on the opposite side over here. And then on the far side, there's a special resource chamber. I'll show you where that is real quick, right? And before I get too much further, if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. So obviously I went left there. If you go to the other side, it's basically the exact same thing, just on the other side over there. So you get some more resources. However, if you go to the boss side of this cave right here, there's usually a water route, and then to the left of the water route, there is a land route. That's going to be a straight channel to the boss itself to go to the waterway. But if you go this way, you get to the resource cave, and that's kind of like the little hidden trick about these caves, if you want to think of it that way. Now, usually you'll have to fight some syndicate when you go inside of the caves, but if you're careful with it, you can pretty much kill them all before they even get to you. And then if they get to you and you're concerned, you can toss out your tame, because he will probably just absolutely annihilate them, or she, depending on which one you toss out. You can see that mine just took care of him, no problem. But we're gonna go ahead and put that guy back in, and then it opens up to this massive room, right? Now in this room, there's another room on the back side of it. There's more pals in here that you can gather if you wanted to. If I wanted to, I could go and tame a fuddler, The heck? How did you not get caught? But there's more rooms, and then if you haven't seen the Mao inside of caves, I guess as long as I'm kind of doing this, I'm giving you a nice little tutorial of the things that you can get in caves. There's coal right there, so we're gonna go ahead and toss out our big guy and let him do his job. Thank you. No, you're not gonna go for it? So again, you just got to make sure you get him on top of it. There he goes. As long as they get next to it, he's going to try and break through the entire thing, and that's what we want him to do. And there's some more coal. Yep. He says thank you. And then that should be the last one. Cool. So notice how we wasted no stamina of our own in order to do that. And then we're almost to the hidden resource room. How did that thing not get hit? He like turned at the perfect time. He's like stuck in the water. It's kind of funny. Just drop to the bottom down there. There you go. But usually it's over this bridge that you're going to get access to that resource room that I was talking about. Are you not dead? Okay. You're just like spazzing out in there. That wasn't 100%. All right. So yeah. So see how we're just keeping getting the passive experience. That's the big part. So this is that resource room again that we can toss. And there's another coal node that we can get to. And then there's usually, here it is. That's what I was looking for. Up in this zone up here, you can see I've got a sulfur, a palladium, a ore, and then over there's more coal, and then you get some more tames. So this is how you get a ton of core, sulfur, all that kind of stuff. Like, look at that pile, right? That's a nice little pile. And he's like, hey man, look what I got for you. You're like, thanks, buddy. And then you can fight the boss at the end of the cave. It's just maximizing your time, right? But there's some more sulfur. And you can easily come out of this. You can see I've got one sulfur rock, 38, probably 100, 150 sulfur per time. And it's a pretty easy strat. But also you can see that, yeah, he's just chilling with all our sulfur. He's like, yeah, look at all the sulfur I got for you, man. So if you pick him up, you can toss him again on that palladium ore and he'll harvest that. And then you can work on the next thing. And yep, there's some more palladium down there. You got a red chest in here and more coal up there. Come on now. Thank you. And then we'll go ahead and smoke that guy from this distance. And then go ahead and take that aim. And I'm not going to care about the coal right now because that's not what I'm really in here for. So we're going to go ahead and drop some things because we've gotten encumbered with the amount of stuff we have. I'm just going to toss that. How close am I? I need another 37. Oh, man. Oh, I got some honey. Nice. Yeah, so that's the hard thing. You need to have enough weight in order to do this. I don't need any ore. Wool right now. Need the meat. So now we've pretty much gotten everything that we wanted and we're good to go. And we can pick him back up and go to the boss room. But that is how you get a ton of sulfur and all that kind of stuff early. So hopefully this video helps you out. And other than that, teach. Ow.